This is
the Gaines family. I like that. No. Go ahead.
This is the Gaines family.
The Gaines family.
What up, Gaines gang?
What's going on?
Back with another one, episode 5. Today's topic is going to be dealing with family in your marriage.
Whew. Sometimes that can be tough. But first, before we get into that, we're going to talk about tonight's meal. So tonight's meal happened to be homemade subs. Granted, we didn't ate most of it.
We tried this like 5 times.
Yeah, the kids is not having it.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and jump right in. So I'll start it off. Dealing with family members inside of a marriage can be a tough thing, just for the simple fact that you have two different dynamics coming in. So you don't necessarily know how one side is going to react to you versus them reacting to your wife. So for instance, I'll give a good example. In the beginning of our relationship, Tay's mom didn't necessarily like me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm like my mom's baby. Like, I have a little sister. It's me and her, but I'm mom's firstborn, so she takes it very seriously when it comes to, am I okay? Is he treating me right? And then, like I said, my family's a little crazy when it comes to being protective. So when I told her, he was the first boyfriend I've ever told her about that I ever brought home.
And that's where the problem starts, because I'm the first dude she ever brought home.
So
Granted,
my
I'm not the first dude, I'm not the first boyfriend she's ever had, but I'm the first boy that's met her mother.
Yeah.
So that changed the whole dynamic
in my family in general. So it was Adam's family and my family completely different. We were both raised completely different. My family is really conservative, really I want to say not bougie and not stuck up, but I want to say very very loving and protective. I'll say something.
They bougie. Anyways, it's okay though. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. They bougetto. Anyways, all her family from the south side, but don't none of them live on the south side no more. Side. But so just also Tay's like, when her meeting my mom was already a crazy story, but like just the dynamic between her and my mom over the years has changed, because at first my mom was like, oh, she seems nice, but then my mom was like, oh, I feel like she's taking you away from me. Granted,
he's the only boy, so
right. Granted, I'm her only son, and I understand it, but at the end of the day, she understood that, okay, you're married, you have your own family to take care of.
Yeah.
It's a lot of extra dynamics that go into it, so she understands. But you know how you women are. Y'all might say one thing and mean another.
Either way it goes, we're not going to tell any personal stories. But what we will say is that we've had our share of complications between parents, siblings. It's been very hard. And a lot of people have asked us, like, how do you guys have two different worlds coming together. Like I said, my family is a lot different. Adam's family is very open and they are very outspoken. So it is very much blunt and it can come off rude and sometimes it can come off really arrogant. So me, I've come from a family that's very quiet. When we're out in public and stuff like that, we don't put our business out there. We're like the family that talks behind your back, but nobody knows.
She got the family that you don't know you blacklisted until don't nobody invite you to nothing no more. When you stop getting invited to the barbecue, now you know they stop talking.
So it's a little different because coming into this, you have to look at it from a standpoint of we come from two different worlds. So we want to make sure that we can come together and definitely have something that works for the both of us, because I can say, no, your family's like that. He can say, no, your family's like this. But we want to make sure, what are you comfortable with? What are you able to tolerate? Because there's some things that you shouldn't. Like people all up in your business, all that stuff. It is hard. And like I said, we're not going to tell any stories or anything like that. But I will say that the beginning was really hard for us because we both had our families, that we're thinking of instead of thinking about our relationship.
Right. But
and thinking about us.
Ultimately, I think it comes down to your family wants the best for you, but they want the best for you from the outside perspective. They don't necessarily know what's going on inside your relationship. So they try to guide you in the way that worked for them, but what worked for them may not work for you.
Exactly.
So they want the best for you, but at the end of the day, only you and your partner can figure out what works best for y'all, because every situation is different, every lifestyle is different, so you can't apply my life over here to, say, Jamal's life, right? Random name. Anyways. But two lifestyles can't be compared. That was the first name that popped in my head. The two lifestyles can't be compared because, as she said, our families have two different dynamics.
Yeah.
So you have to find a happy medium of each one and kind of go based off of that, because nobody's always going to be happy, but as long as you and your partner are happy inside your relationship, that's all that matters. Yeah. Granted, family is family. So, you know, it's going to be some people that's butthurt and stuff. But, especially once you get married, you have to know that now you guys are equally yoked. So, family is family. But at the end of the day, your spouse is the person that should be the number one overall objective in your life. By biblical terms. Yeah. Otherwise, what are you getting married for? Because like I told Tay, when we got married. We said I do until death do us part. Like, it's a wrap. I told her I don't believe in divorce. If we going through some stuff, we just gonna have to work through it. That's just my personal philosophy. I know people have situations that they feel like they can't necessarily get through, but then that just brings me back to like old times with all these old couples. They've been together 50, 40 plus years, and how they get through that. They didn't just up and okay, everything's gonna be easy. It doesn't work like that.
It's hard.
And everybody has their dynamics that take place with family, like going here, going there. Just like, for instance, say there's two family reunions, right? There's your family reunion, then there's your spouse's family reunion. What if one year y'all want to try to go to both? Who's takes precedence over the other, right? So then it comes into how much it's going to cost, where's the location, stuff like that. And then you don't want your partner to feel like, oh, their family's not important, because you have to include yourself in like house visits and going to see the cousins and all this stuff, just so everybody feels like they have their time with you. But as long as you guys are happy, I feel like that's all that matters.
Yeah, and I think the number one thing is, I wish people would stop letting their family in their relationship, just like your friends. Because here's the thing, you might have a single parent, you might have a married, parent, or you might have a parent that used to be married, or something like that, or a friend, or a cousin, or an aunt, or a sister, or a brother, and then you tell them something that's going on that maybe they didn't tolerate in their marriage, but guess what? It is a compromise. So instead of them looking at it from a standpoint of, okay, you guys have each other's finances together. Oh, nuh-uh. I would never do that. I would have two separate accounts.
That's another topic. We're going to get to that one too.
Yeah. Or, oh, your kids shouldn't be like that, or they shouldn't do that, or, whatever the case is. There's a lot of things that everyone is different. Everyone has their own things and their own train of thought. So when you bring your family into it, this is what happens. You literally start to intake all of their things that they would do. And then you start second guessing yourself. Am I doing the right thing? Have I, made the right choices when it comes to finances or sex or maybe certain things or rules in your marriage, which we will also have a really good topic on that. But it's very difficult to let your family in, so you don't want to tell them every little thing that's going on, especially the major stuff that you haven't figured out yourself. Because if you can figure it out for yourself, now you have your family coming into it, or your friends, and they're giving you ideas and putting thoughts into your head that may really affect your marriage and may cause more problems. So at the end of the day, it's simple as this. Keep your situations to yourself if you do not know what to do, who you are, or how your relationship should be.
And ultimately, I feel like you just have to figure out what works for y'all.
Yeah.
Nobody can tell you anything that's going to work for you because they don't know your situation.
And half the time people be single. That's what kills me.
Single people cannot give you married people advice.
They can't. Completely different. Honest to God.
I don't care what they say.
Honest to God, it is completely different. There's some people that says, I can't even talk to you. I can't even do this. I need a separate this. I need a separate. And you just be like, but you're not in a marriage yet, so you don't know necessarily.
Train of thought is completely different.
You're more selfish when you're single. And once you're together in a marriage,
everything changes.
Everything changes. So we will be having lots more amazing topics.
Yes, we will.
Yes, we will. And we're going to have the kids, probably in a couple of them coming up soon. And because I know you guys love seeing them and they're crazy and they do some funny things. So we'll have them. But either from that, we thank you guys for watching. And we hope you guys like, share, and subscribe. And we're out.
All right, gang.